Hello, welcome to All in One PHG. Today our topic is Sources of Mauryan Empire. The sources, there are two types of sources, literary sources and archaeological sources. Literary sources are Ardhashastra and Indica. Archaeological sources are Edicts of Ashoka and Sanchi Stupa. Ardhashastra Ardhashastra of Kautilya. Of all the literary sources on the history of Mauryans, the most important source is Ardhashastra, written by Kautilya, also known as Vishnugupta and Chanakya. He was the advisor and prime minister of Chandragupta. Ardhashastra is written in Sanskrit. It is a comprehensive manual that deals with politics, rules of diplomacy, principles of administration, and other such political topics. This book was discovered in 1909 and its English translation is now available. The next literary sources is Indica. Megasthenes was the Greek ambassador at the court of Chandragupta Maurya. He had been sent to the court by Cyrillus, the Greek ruler. He wrote a book named Indica, which contains his impressions of what he heard and saw during his stay in India. Megasthenes' original Indica has been lost, but its fragments still survive in writing of later Greek authors like Strabo, Arrian, and Diodorus. Archaeological sources. Edicts of Ashoka. An edict is a decree issued by a sovereign. The edicts of Ashoka forms the most important sources of Mauryan history. They are the oldest, best preserved, and precious dated records of India. These edicts are inscribed on rocks and pillars throughout the country and including 14 major rock edicts, several pillar edicts, and a number of minor rock edicts. The inscription on these edicts provides a useful insight into the life and ideas of Ashoka in particular and about the history of Mauryans in general. The most important event of Ashoka's region was the conquest of Kalinga. The indescription, suffering, and torrents of the Kalinga war deeply touched Ashoka conscience, and he made a solemn resolve not to take up arms anymore. The war drum was silenced forever, and henceforth were heard only the echoes of Dhammagosha, the call to non-violence and universal peace. In pursuancy of his policy of non-violence, Ashoka prohibited killing of animals for sacrifices, advocated restriction in the number that had to be killed for consumption, protected some of the animals, and in general condemned cruel acts against animals. Reference to the protect of animals is made in the Rock Edict 1, which states, formerly in the great refectory and temple of the heaven-believed king Piyadasi daily were many 100,000 animal sacrifices for the sake of meat food. So at this day, while the religious edict is under promulgated from the sacrifices of animals for the sake of food, some two are killed or one is killed. But now the joyful Croesus resolved again and again, the hand forced, not a single animal shall be put to death. The next one is Sanchi Stupa. A stupa is a semi-spheroid solid dome-like structure made of unburned bricks and stones. The Buddhist stupas has a special signification. It represents the spiritual body of Buddha containing his relics such as hair, teeth or bones. A caste containing these relics is placed at the bottom of the dome. The foundation of the Sanchi Stupa was laid by Ashoka at Sanchi, about 45 kilometers from Bhopal in Madhya Pradesh. There are 4 gateways in 4 directions. They have carved panels depicting events from the life of Buddha and some tales of Jataka stories. Buddha is represented by symbols like the peepal tree, lotus, or a wheel. The pillars are surmounted by capitals which contain sculptural lines. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bye.